Oh, oh, oh. Sadashiva Samarambham Sankacharya Madhyamam Asmaracharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Pranavanandam. Adorations to Lord Shiva. Adorations to Lord Shiva in this form of Swami Parameshananda ji, founder and spiritual master, incarnation of Lord Shiva, manifestation of consciousness. We worship you, Parameshananda ji, or we affectionately call Guru Maharaj. You've come so many times, and this time we're so blessed that we're in an enlightened home under enlightened leadership. This should be our final birth if we follow the practices. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This morning we'll do the Sandhya. It's a very powerful prayer, and seeing that we are coming to that time when the opening of the school in Guyana, SEVASHRAM Hindu College Institute of Technology, this is the kind of prayers that we have to utter, because it's a very beautiful time and for us at the Guyana SEVASHRAM. So let us all bring get the holy waters from the river here by chanting these mantras. Om Gange Cha Yamune Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jale Asmin Snanidhim Kuru. Om Kurukshetra Gaya Ganga Prabhasa Pushkarani Cha Tirtanyatani Punyani Kale Bhavantuha. Om Amrito Pasternamasi Swaha Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yashas Rimahi Sraitam Swaha. Om Shanno Devi Ravishtaya Apo Bhavanta Pitaye Shanno Ravisravan. Om Vak Vak. Om Prana Prana. Om Chakshu Chakshu. Om Srotram Srotram. Om Nabhi Om Hridayam Om Kantaham Siraha. Om Bahobhyam Yashubalam. Om Karatala Karaprishte. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachati. Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunatu Sahaviran Karvavahe Tejasvinavarittamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. O Lord, keep us together. Let us not be jealous of each other. Rear us together so that we can achieve all in this lifetime. We can come in your relationship. Om Bhurbhuvasva. Om Bhurbhuvasva Dhauriva Bhumana Prithvi Vavarimmana Tasyaste Prithvi Deva Yajni Prishtim Agnim Manadhamadadaya Dade. Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jana, Om Tapa, Om Satyam. Om Ritam Cha Satyam Cha Bhidat Tapaso Adhyajayate Tato Ratra Jayata Tata Samudra Arnavat. Om Samudra Arnavat Adhi Samvatsaro Jayata Ahoratrani Vidat Vishwasho Mishato Vasi Om Surya Chandrama Sudata Yata Pulvam Kalpayat Devim Cha Pritavim Chantarikshamatto Swa. Tendency for creation arose in the divine mind of the absolutely God, God without name and form, consciousness. Then came chaos by the sound of Om. Then came subtle water. Then day and night, the sun and moon and heaven and wall of horizon were created as were in the previous creation, Pralaya. Om Urutyam Jata Vedasam Devam Vahanti Ketava Drishye Vishvaya Suryam Om Udvayam Tamasa Pari Swapashyan Uttam Uttaram Devam Devatra Suryaganama Jyotiruttamam Om Chetram Devanam Udgadanikam Chachur Mitrasya Varana Swagni Apradeva Prithviyantariksham Suryatma Jagata Taschu Sascha Swaha. O God, thou art beyond darkness. The luminous sun represents thee. Everything in this universe proclaim thy glory. The wise are surprised and illumined by thy divine supreme nature. Thou hast given vision to the sun and the sea god and fire god. The heaven and the middle region and the earth are being sustained by thee. Thou art the soul of the universe. Om Tat Chakshur Deva Hitam Purashchat Shukshamucharat Pashyema Sharada Shatam Jivema Sharashar Shatam Srinyama Sharada Shatam Pravama Sharada Shatam Arhina Shama Sharada Shatam Bhuyascha Sarada Shatat Om. Om Brahmane Namah. Om Acharjabhyo Namah. Om Rishibhyo Namah. Om Devebhyo Namah. Om Devibhyo Namah. Om Sarvebhyo Devibhyo Namah. Om. Salutations to Brahma, the preceptor, the sages, the gods, the Vedas. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Let there be in union in the three luminous nature, who is the creator of the three worlds and giver of all our intellect. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha. Om. Om Balamasi Balam Moyi Dehi. Om Tejo Asi Tejo Moyi Dehi. Om Ojo Asi Ojo Moyi Dehi. Om Manyurasi Manyu Moyi Dehi. Om Sahasi Saho Moyi Dehi. Om. Om. Now we want to do the peace prayer, because this prayer, whatever we want to do in life, we want to bring peace. As we will be opening the school in Guyana, the new location of the Hindu college, this is a prayer that has to be chanted in addition to all prayers. Om Sarvesham Mangalang Bhuya Sarve Shantu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhavet Nandantu Sarva Bhutani Niratankani Santacha Pritirastu Parasparam Siddhirastu Chakarmanam Swastyastu Raju Nityapa Shamprajabhyastate Vastu Swastyastu Dupade Nityam Shantirastu Chatushpade Shantirastu No Devasya Bhurbhava Swashivam Tata Sarvatah Shantirastu Somya Bhavanta Bhutani Tvam Deva Jagatasrasta Pata Deva Tvamevahi Prajapale Devesha Shantim Kuru Jagatpate Yo Me Adya Snihate Tasya Shivamastu Sarabhavan Yascha Madvishti Loke Asmin Sopi Bhadrani Pashyantu Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. What a powerful prayer, and let's do the meaning. Let there be good to all. Let all be free from sickness. Let all see good and let none suffer. Let all be happy and fearless. Let there be sympathy for each other and success for all work. Let there be sympathy to the king who protects the people every day, and also to the people. Let the bipeds and the quadrupeds be prosperous every day. Let there be peace in God's and the three worlds. Let us and other beings have peace everywhere. Creator and sustainer as thou art of the universe, thou encouragest godliness, O Lord, and establishest peace amongst the people. Who is my friend today, let him be in peace. And who is my enemy, let him be in peace also. What a powerful prayer. And devotees, this is the kind of thing, these are the kinds of prayers, and this is the way we should be living our lives. We shouldn't be like living a lackadaisic life, and any kind, what shall come we shall do. That kind of thinking is very bad. For us at the BHARAT SEVASHRAM, especially for the monks, that we have to follow some rules that are so important, that was set by the Sangha Lord Swami Parameshananda, and these rules are so powerful. And it is the Sangha Vivek, and I shall read it. The question was asked and given, and the answer was given by Swami Parameshananda to his children, the monks. How does the spiritual life of a Sangha monk becomes degenerated? By mutual quarrel, adverse criticism against one another, harboring feel of hatred and malice among Sangha monks themselves, distrust, derision, and want of mutual cooperation. What are the real sins of the Sangha monk? Doing anything undesirable to or not sanctioned by the Sangha Lord, disobedience to the behests of the Sangha Lord, following one's own whim and habits, having forsaken and forgotten the morals and ideals enjoyed by the Sangha Lord, to indulge in thoughts of the secular world, of the outer world, without paying any heed to the high spiritual ideals and ideas of the Sangha Lord, to consider himself a common worldly man, weak and inert, forgetting his own power, and indifferent to the lofty prestige and immense spiritual wealth of the Sangha. How does the life of a selfless Sangha monk get spoiled? By forsaking discrimination and dispassion, by indulging in sensuality and anger, by disobeying the teachings and directions of the Sangha Lord, in whose spiritual grace he has taken shelter. And some other teachings, this is the sustaining principles of the morals and guiding rules of the Sangha. To shun one's own individual opportunities, ease and comfort, luxuries and habits, in respect of diet and dress. To focus entire attention in thought, word and deed, forwards, guarding the interests of the Sangha. To relinquish desire for individual enjoyment, peace and comfort. And these are some of the things that Swamijis have to be very much guarding against, and then our lives will be protected. Devotees, I was thinking, and how do we, the Sangha, moves from one building to another? How do we open an ashram? How do we open a school, as we'll be doing in Guyana? That school has to be energized before children go in there, because that building was sitting there for 20 years, and low energy is there. I could feel it when I was there. And then construction is going on, and workers are yelling and screaming at each other's, and bad words are being uttered. So that before we put children there, we have to spiritualize that place. How do we do that? We have to prepare, have a session like usually satsang in that place, where the Gita, where the scriptures are being chanted, where the Havan Yajna is being performed and purifying the place, where vibrant spiritual lectures are given by realized souls, monks of the Sangha. Because what happened, it is very difficult to ask a householder who is not spiritualized to give inspirational talks. That is something. And then we'll need to take the Guruji from the mandir that he's being worshipped, take him to the old school with his cloth and devotees and chanting mantras and bhajans, and bring him over to the new place and establish him here, his murti in the new school. This is what is necessary. Because if we don't do that, we can go the academic route and think, okay, this is just a school, we prepare for the opening. But remember, Hindu College, Institute of Technology, its iconic name means discipline. That iconic name means spirituality, where it is exercised there is the controlling factor. Monks have taught in the whole old Hindu college, and now we have Miss Rajkumari Singh. She is a celibate and she has been practicing this life, and because of her, this is why the school is so powerful, because of her discipline and that divine power coming from that life that she lives. We want to bring that over. Yes, we have to have academic teachers and maybe principals and whatever, but that spirituality has to pervade the school and the whole ground. We're thinking of putting up first a big murti of Swami Parameshananda, the entrance to this new location, so this way he becomes a guard and a protection, and his presence, looking at his figure, we can draw that spirituality. This is Bharat SEVASHRAM saying. This is Guyana SEVASHRAM saying. This is spirituality. If we forsake spirituality, like there was talk about having a smart board in front of the classroom, well, that's nice. That could be used, but in conjunction with the teacher also, with a regular blackboard. Because when you see a person there, a teacher, whether male or female, that is the presence and the vibration that comes out from that teacher. It brings discipline and liveliness. Especially a female teacher, young children are there. They see her as their mother, and they will listen. A smart board would be good, but it doesn't have that kind of a feature. Remember, it's only the spiritual ones can talk like this. The ordinary person will go pure academia, but Hindu college is not just pure academia. We are a spiritual and academic institution. Simultaneously, this has to establish. Otherwise, we'll lose that power that we have, the ashram has, so many has graduated from it, and they remember it for that. Anybody can go to any school, but they choose to come to the Hindu college because of the spirituality and the discipline. This is the separation. So today, with that being said, we want to honor the Guruji by doing arti and surrendering our body, mind, intellect, and ego. Surrendering the body, 5 elements that make up the body: earth, water, fire, air, and space. Surrendering the mind, because the mind is made up of the 5 senses: seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, and tasting. And because when we put our mind, surrender our mind, there's a beautiful bhajan that goes like this. Duniya ne charaye phool tujhe, main khud ko charane aaya. हे गुरु तिहारे द्वारे पे, हे गुरु तिहारे द्वारे पे, मैं सभी लुटाने आया हूँ. दुनिया ने चढ़ाए फूल तुझे, मैं खुद को चढ़ाने आया. झूठी जग की झूठी माया, साचा सुख तेरा दर पाया. हे गुरु चरण लगा ले मुझे, हे गुरु चरण लगा ले मुझे, चरणों में समाई आया हूँ. दुनिया ने चढ़ाए फूल तुझे, मैं खुद को चराने आया हूँ. Oh Lord, the world has been offering flower to you. I've come to offer myself to you. My body, the 5 elements, my mind, the 5 senses, my intellect, the power of discrimination and dispassion. And when I do that, my ego has no place of existence. And then what happened? I will become like you. I become pure consciousness. I'm Satchidanand, truth, consciousness, and bliss. I'm omnipotent, all-powerful. I'm all-pervading. I'm all over the universe. I'm omniscient. I know the past, present, and future. Why? Because I would have returned to the place where I don't have a body and a name. Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Om Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Om Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Join me as we surrender ourselves, and you do also, to whatever God you want to surrender, whether the Christ, the Buddha, Lord Shiva, Mother Durga, Krishna Bhagwan. For me, it's Swami Parameshananda ji, the God that comes out of the Murti, the God that communicates during meditation and sleep, the God that puts me in the right place at the right time, all the time, like He's putting me there in Guyana to bring His ashram to a higher level. Om Sahasra Shirisha Purusha Sahasraksho Sahasrapat Sabhumin Sarvato Sritva Adyatishta Dashangulam. Om Sarvatah Pani Param Tat Sarvato Akshi Shiro Mukam Sarvatah Sruti Maloke Sarvamahavritya Tishtate. Om Jyoti Shama Pita Jyot Tamasaha Paramuchyate. Jnanam Gyam Jnanagamrim Riddhi Sarvasya Vishtitam. Om Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasho Sharanam Sri Prabha Pralaya Sthanam Nidanam Bijamabhayam. Om Tvamadi Deva Purusho Purana Tvamasya Visvasya Param Nidhanam Tvamabhayo Swasvato Dharma Gupta Sanatanastvam Purusho Matomi. Om Pitasi Lokasya Characharasya Tvamasya Pujasya Garur Garyam Natvatsamo Asti Abhyadika Koto Anyulokatrei Apiya Pratimam Prabhaom. Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Guru Om Shiva Om. Guru Om Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Guru Om Shiva Om. Guru Om Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om. Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Om Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Om Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Om Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Om Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Om Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om, Om Karo Jaya Guru Om, Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Why don't you take a nice flower? Here's some flower from you. Remember, the power of the mind is so great that it can take you any place. The great souls, they travel with their mind to different places, but it has to be developed. This morning, let us try to do that power of the mind, concentration, as we chant this mantra. This mantra is glorifying God, God in the form of Guru. So you choose your Guru, and for this few minutes, can't you not have a mind that is concentrated? The mind is open. Let go and allow. Let go of the mundane and the suffering and the sorrow, and bring in bliss, eternal bliss. Simple as that. Om Jnanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurhu Militam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Om Mantra Satyam Puja Satyam Satyam Deva Niranjana Gurur Vakyam Sara Satyam Satyam Eva Paramam Param. Om Akanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatparam Darshitam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Om Pitri Matri Surira Bandhu Vidyatirtani Devata Natulyam Guruna Sekram Sparshayet Paramam Param. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Deva Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Om Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukam Kevalam Dhyana Murti Tatvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tatvamasya Laksham. Om Ekam Nityam Vimalam Chalam Sarvara Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarayanam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Sasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam, Mama Deva Deva. Guru Kripahi Kevalam, Guru Kripahi Kevalam. Om Guru Kripahi Kevalam, Guru Kripahi Kevalam, Guru Kripahi Kevalam, Guru Kripahi Kevalam. Only through the Guru that everything can happen. Devotees, the more you give, the more you get. How can there be any of a greater organization, the work of Bharat SEVASHRAM Sheng, and in Guyana SEVASHRAM Sheng? One of the things that we want to perfect and bring to 100% is transparency. We've got that in funds that are collecting to Canada and United States, that bank account and all the transactions, the receipts and the disbursements to the contractor, so clear. We want to incorporate the Guyana SEVASHRAM Sheng for that transparency also. So when you give, there should be no question in your mind. And whenever you give, always ask for a receipt, because we are setting up internal control. So this idea, where is my money going? You should never have an iota of doubt of that. We're perfecting that. Rest assured, it will be done. For this morning, let us pray again, and let us all surrender ourselves. A fine opportunity to surrender yourself to the God of your choice. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Have a beautiful, blessed day.